It's all fake. It's all fake, guys. It's all extremely, extremely fake. The whole system. Yep. All of it. It's all fake. It's all not real. It's all media. Yes. What did Drake say? The highest levels of jealousy is called media. Why? Who are they jealous of? Who's the media jealous of? Oh, that's right. That's right. The Most High God who created everything. They want to be like him. Here we go. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it a little bit. The intention, we always like to have an intention to start off with, is hopefully build your faith in righteousness. Build your faith in the practices and the scripture, and ultimately the word of the Most High God, which we know to be Yeshua HaMashiach, otherwise known as Jesus Christ. So we know this to be the word, the living word of the Most High God who created the entire earth and everything else we see. Everything else we see, this reality that we live in, everything else is a mockery to the Most High God. Yes, I said it. It's a mockery. They want to mock God. They really want to be like God. They're really jealous of God. So they really want to be like God. So in order to be like God, they just have to, use everything God gave them. But instead of using it for good, they use it for evil. When God is all good. God is all good, but they'll try to tell you that God is good and evil. Right? Did God create evil, or is evil just the lack of good? Where there is no light, there is darkness. Or was the darkness created? Questions. We all have questions. Who are we? Where are we from? Where are we going? The question is, can you answer your own questions? And when you do answer these questions, who's speaking? What's the soul? What's the voice? Is it you? Whoever you are? Is it something you've heard? Something you've seen? Something you've experienced? Who's speaking when you ask? I think those are good questions. Because what if we're deceived? What if the voice isn't the voice that we need to be listening to? I mean, only you could determine that for yourself, right? But I just see the mockery of the Most High God. And this live is called Semen Retention, Esoteric Secrets. And the reason why it's called that is because that's the game. It's deeper than I thought. 4 years ago, I got into the whole semen retention, holding my seed, holding my life force energy, not understanding the significance, not understanding that, yes, it's an amazing practice. Yes, it's an amazing practice towards righteousness, and it's going to help you in all other areas of your life. But because it's the most precious force on earth. When we say people want to be like God, what do we really mean? People want power. People want power like God. People want to be able to go create their own universe and be the God of that universe, and everybody worship them. They want to be Jesus. They want to be worshipped as Jesus is worshipped. But we can't do that. It's not really possible. We could try, and we could be fed information from the other beings in this realm, and that information might not be the best, and it can influence our soul in the way that we make decisions. And then we start to make decisions based on lies, based on false hope that there's more, false hope that you can one day, eventually, you get all this information, you will become like God. And what's the most important information, the most important force on this planet is the life force. The life force carries the information necessary to create an entire human's life from, nothing to something, from literally embryo, nothing, spark of light in this realm, to literally a entire human soul with a spirit, with all these different things that we talk about. You know, able to walk, talk, breathe, move, make decisions. So if that's how life is created, it's the ultimate force on this planet. And that's what these people want to do, is they want to prolong their life, they want to understand life, they want to recreate life ultimately. And they want more life because they know when they die, they'll be judged. So in order to stay away from judgment, you stay living as long as possible. And you know, with Satan being the god of this reality, the prince of this realm, he has some influence again over our thoughts, and our thoughts are able to create. And if he starts to influence these thoughts in a negative way, in a way to where it just has us moving farther and farther away from God, from purity, from holiness, all it leaves us is basically like a higher form of a slave, the worst version of a slave. The person being raped, like they're raping you at the highest level, figuratively and literally. Rappers, they get raped on their contracts. If they make it too far to the top, they get raped behind closed doors. We got our first viewer talking about very deep concepts right now, and the viewer's gone. I wonder why. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Rappers get raped on their deals, physically raped in person. Masons run the world. So why are they so interested in being powerful? Why are they so interested in that? Because of the knowledge. It's through the knowledge that they think they can gain power. Knowledge is not inherently evil. Knowledge is of God. It says in the Bible, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So knowledge is important. But knowledge is not more important than faith, than God. And you don't get to God through knowledge. You get to God through faith. That's what Jesus taught, at least, if you believe in that. But these people think you can get to God through knowledge, through information. And again, what's the best information? Life force. Life force is the best information. The force that created life. And the reason I bring this up, the reason why we're talking about this today, is because, again, it goes back to semen retention. In the ancient times, saints, sages, people, they've continuously written about experiences that when they hold on to their life force and seek purity, their life improves. They attract better things. And if you can't stay pure, either you suffer the judgment from the Most High God because you're not able to do it, and you repent and you seek forgiveness and you pray and God forgives those sins, and you don't have that debt in a way because he takes it away. Or you can go join the other team. You can go join the other team and try to win. Try to figure it out. Try to break the system. Try to beat it. And they do it through perversion. They do it through perverting what God has created in order to manipulate people. They do this through earth, wind, fire, water, the mental plane. They do this through mass manipulation at scale, right? So in order to not get manipulated, we need to be connected to God. But the only way you can connect to God is through purity. And part of being pure is retaining your semen. But if you give that semen away, then you have to, if you want to be successful, then you're going to have to figure out some way to conjure up enough life force, enough aura in your life. Like, that's a real concept. You're going to have to figure out a way to conjure up enough of that in order to get what you want. And what these people teach is that you can either do that through light ways, sun ways, light ways, or you could do it through moon ways, lunar ways, dark ways. What they don't tell you is both ways lead you to the same destination, which is getting butt fucked at the end. Metaphorically, figuratively, and literally. So, you probably don't want to get butt fucked. Depends how much you want power, but, you know, is it worth having power to get butt fucked? Not really. Not really. Especially when God has placed eternity on our hearts. So, like, I don't even think this is, like, the final destination. Maybe, what if this is just like some Navy SEALs training war around for where we're really going to see what rank we get? What if we're battling for rank right now? And the ones that can stay solid in their understanding win. But they don't believe that. They don't believe that. This realm, we have to maximize this realm. We have to get it now. Instant gratification. It's like Satanism, like the ultimate form of instant gratification. It's wanting the glory. It's wanting it now. It's wanting everything that you seek now, as opposed to waiting, as opposed to getting it when it's time, as opposed to when you're supposed to have it. So all these people at the top are just weak little bitches controlled by their emotions, specifically the sex emotion. Why do you think the devil has horns? Because it's horny. It wants sex. Let me get away from this grill because it's like heating up. The devil's horny, bro. The devil's horny. That's why it has devil horns. And it's so horny that it'll do anything to fuck. It'll do anything to fuck. The devil will do anything to fuck, including rape you. Because it wants power, it wants control. It's a force, but it's not the most powerful force. It's just a force. The most powerful force is life force, so it knows it needs life force in order to have power. But it doesn't want to do it the righteous way, the pure way, which is holding on to your life force. It wants to go take life force from others. How does it do this? It do this through manipulation, influence. They go and manipulate people to think certain things, brainwash, advertisements, media. But on the highest levels, it's through direct influence. It's through direct persuasion. It's through direct hypnosis. It's through direct trance. Putting people in bad states to extract their life force energy from them. And at the highest level, they do this with kids because they feel kids have the most purest life force energy. So this is why there's sex cults. This is why it's all this stuff about pedophilia, sex trafficking, all this different stuff. Because they're basically trading, buying, and selling life force to live longer and also to have more power, apparently. And this is things that they talk about in their books. I'm talking about billionaires. I'm talking about people in power. I'm talking about people that literally run the world. This is the things that they talk about in their books. Billions of dollars. Freemasonry. Albert Pike. Manly P. Hall. These people. Highest level of degrees of information of trying to understand God's brain and recreating it in a way to where they can produce similar results. And what they found, what all this learning and knowledge and found is that at the end of it, that's what the single eye is. The eye of Horus. The eye of Horus. It's not an eye. It's a booty hole. It's an anus. That's what that is. The eye of Horus is an anus. And they know that if you want to get to the highest levels of information, understand the most, you got to give it up. You got to give it up. And they've said that once they give it up, they have these profound experiences, profound understanding, psychic abilities. They start to get these visions. Like, where do you start to see all this, this information about dreams and Nikola Tesla waking up in the middle of the night, writing down inventions, all this different stuff. This stuff is not coming from their conscious brain. This is coming from the super intelligence, the soul, the different forms speaking to their conscious, and then they're selecting that version of reality based on their intention, based on the intention that they create when they're doing all these rituals and evil things in practice. Through hearing the voices to do it. You gotta at least first get tempted. You gotta at least first put something in there. But the thing is once you open the door a little bit, now the door is able to swing more open until you're full-blown getting raped, humiliated, pissed on, shat on. This is what they're doing. I don't want to be this vulgar, but this is what they're doing at the highest level. Humiliation rituals at the highest level. And it's all a mockery to God. It's all to make fun of the life force. It's all to show like how worthy or how worthless they feel all this is, even though they worship it. So stupid. They're really worshiping themselves. So they use blood, life. They use sperm, life. They use feces and pee and shit, stuff like that. All these different forces of what create human beings. And then demons tell them to do certain things with those forces, rituals, to gain power, to create different things that they want in their life. I said it was going to be esoteric. I said this was going to be esoteric. I didn't say it was going to be light. I didn't say it was going to be surface level. So, yeah, they do this because they're perverted and demented in the brain. And then they put it all around us to mock us on how stupid we are because they think we're sheep, which is why they call themselves the goat. If they're the goat, which is horny, goat horns, horny goat, then they could fuck the sheep, what they try to do. So instead of being a sheep for God, they'd rather be God over their own reality. Take matters into their own hands. Take the forces of good and evil into their own hands. Take the forces of masculine and feminine into their own hands. Light and dark into their own hands. And try to justify them and try to rationalize and try to find meaning and reason. And all they're doing is just opening themselves up to be influenced by things in the spirit world that we can't see. And when these things start to influence them, all they need is a little obedience, a little sacrifice, a little go along with the plan. Hey, do this. It might start with, hey, just be mean to this person. Hey, just open up that porn, watch that porn. Click this link. Click this link. Watch this. Jack off to this. Do this. Do this. Then next thing you know, hey, if you do this, you might get something. Then you do that. Then you get something. You're like, hold on. What if I do that a little bit more? Do I get a little bit more? And then you start to get even more. And you just keep doing this. Keep getting deceived. You keep thinking there's more. That's the problem. You think there's more. That's the problem. 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 You think there's more. There's no more than God. There's no more than Christ. And that's all you need. But they think there's more. They think there's more to learn. They think there's more info to get. What if this is wrong? This is why we battle with faith. This is why it's not like a 100% thing. You know, we're always searching for more. So they're like, what's more? Well, if I learn this, can I do this? Can I do this? If I learn this, can I do this? And they try to break God down to his most fundamental levels and look at it and say, how can I replicate this? But what they believe is that in order to tap into that power, they have to tap into something not of this realm. They have to tap into the stars. They have to tap into the moon power. They have to tap into different spirits that they call it. But it's all evil. It's all the devil. It's all Satan. It's all Lucifer. They just call it different things. I'm tapping into the power of the sun. This is where you get the Egyptian pyramids put on a certain place in Egypt to align with a certain astrological projection of the planets, to align in a certain way to create more power for themselves. This is all why they're doing everything. It's just to create more power. So they create things, they do things to create more power for themselves, become bigger, and that's the plot. So, again, we know this because they're jealous. They want to be like God. They want to have the power. They don't. And they basically just pervert everything. And then put it all in front of us. And then laugh at us while we go and use our energy, use our life force to go work for them, to make them more money, to fund all these nasty projects. And I don't enjoy doing that. I don't enjoy getting fucked. Like, once you know, you're like willfully signing up for the fucking if you go back to work the next day. It's not to say you can't do good things and you can't find a way out of it, but that's stupidity. It's the only way. It's the only way. There's another way, bro. I would probably be like, you feel me? Want to, consider that. But it's only one way. And that's why they don't want to do it, is because it's difficult. It's difficult to overcome the world. But what they don't realize is they don't have to overcome the world. Jesus overcame the world, so they don't have to do it. The only thing they have to do is believe in Jesus, have faith in Jesus. But if they have faith in Jesus, that means they have to submit. And they have to submit, they have to realize that they lower. And if they realize that they lower, then they destroy this idea that they're their own God. So they can never do that. So they try to justify it and write 1,000-page books on why it's justified and confuse themselves. Driving them to a state of depression or insanity or anxiety or just period anything crazy. And then once they get driven to this state, to really set it over the edge, they already would have had to join many brotherhoods to get to the level of understanding that they do and go through many rituals. And then once they go through all that, the devil's waiting at the end of the road to laugh at you while he rapes you senselessly until you die. So it seems to be, in conclusion, I think we're done here. It seems to be in conclusion, guys, that either you bust for lust, the devil, Lucifer, demons, pedophilia, most nastiest, sick and evil shit you can even imagine, or you retain for purity. You retain for gains. You do it for God. And then don't make retention a idol either. I see a lot of people, you get on retention. Now that's an idol. Now that's the new God. Oh, if I just retain, I'll just have all this kundalini energy, and then I'll just raise it up to my third eye, and then eventually my third eye opens, and I become like God. It's all the same plot, bro. And it's easy to be deceived. Do not underestimate the amount you can be deceived. You could be listening to this right now and be like, yeah, bro, I already know all this, bro. We're past the conspiracy thing. Let's focus on solutions. Let's just focus on solutions. No, nigga. Focus on Christ. That's the solution, bro. If it ain't about Christ, it ain't the solution. I'm going to just keep it a being with you. If it ain't about Christ, it ain't the solution. That's where I've messed up personally, is you can make self-improvement a god. You can make righteousness, or not even righteousness. Righteousness I think is necessary. But you can make self-improvement and like retention a god. Hey, go crazy, bro. You're doing the work. Hopefully you're spreading some good news. You believe in Christ? Are you Christ-filled? That's what really matters, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Everything else is kind of like satanic and demonic. Have you ever peeped that? You ever peeped that, chat? My nigga Aaron? Is that everything else is satanic and demonic? Like everything? Like everything is trying to get you away from Christ for some reason? Down to like everything? I'm doing this on an iPhone right now with a fucking apple bitten out of the back of it. Like, what? Mockery. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate. Christ is coming back. But, yeah, I mean, that's what's going on right now. You know, who knows what symbolism is in this New Balance logo. Gotta win through the satanic matrix, brother. What you mean by that? Like, you can only win through Christ, bro. I think you can only win through Christ. You can't really win through, like, the matrix. Like, if you go through the matrix system, you might make it to the top, but at the top, you gotta get raped. And I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. You gotta go through rituals, bro. To, like, really make it to the top. Like, billionaire status, King Solomon. Like, King Solomon was evil, which is why they all study him. You know, he didn't start off evil, but, like, through this pursuit of wisdom, you know, you can get lost in it. You can become maddened. To eventually you start to get deceived. That's the thing, bro. That's the thing. What did God call the serpent in the garden? Did he say he was like... All good, bro. All good. But that's the thing. Like, did the Bible say the serpent was, like, kind of manipulative? Oh, he's kind of persuasive. And he kind of, you know, can sell you on some shit. He can kind of convince you of something. Or did the Holy Bible, inspired by the words of the Most High God, say that the serpent was the most cunning of creatures? The cunning of all creatures. Most convincing, the cunning, the most sinister, the most night, you know. Yeah, that shit. Manipulative, deceiving, cunning, illusion. The world of magic. Satan exists in the world of magic, deception, flash, boom, colors. But then he just stands there at the end, like, oh shit, all weak and shit. I imagine Satan's like a bitch, like, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. But you gotta imagine, a nigga like that, all this magic shit, sparks, flies, and everything just, you know, you shine some light on this nigga, and he just like stands there all skinny. Oh, Satan. You caught me. Oh man, you caught me. Like, bro, Satan's so lame, bro. Like, like, devil's so lame, bro. All this deception, bro. But that deception be strong. That's why it's so cunning. That's why it's so cunning. The deception can be strong. From Michigan, U.S. You from France? Or you, I don't know. Anyway. Deception. Cunning. The serpent. The most cunning of them all. He's easy. You can be deceived, nigga. 95% of what you do is your subconscious mind, bro. You're not even thinking of it. And they're just throwing symbols and signs and shit to stack the deck for you to make dumbass lower chakra decisions all day long. That's why it's so important. But why do they want you to make these lower chakra decisions? Because they know when you make these lower chakra decisions, you're just gonna fuck off your life force. And if niggas don't got life force, niggas is not gonna do anything. They will sit around all day and not do anything. They can't do nothing. Their life force is gone. There's no force of life to actually move, to penetrate. Which is why they're so obsessed with it. Because it is the most powerful force on the planet. Because it does penetrate. You know, you got a little life force in you. You're on a 2-day streak. I mean, you're on a 2-week streak, bro. Like, you're, let alone 2 years. Like, goddamn, bro. You should be bending fucking matter of earth right now with your bare hands. Right. And it's just the foundation of building a family, and family is what really matters. That's where love comes from. You know, we understand love through family. Anything else, you know, it's a lot of pain involved with that. But like the love, unconditional love your mother has for you, or like, you know, a family member that loves you, it's different. It's different. And that's where we understand that. So like that gift of understanding love through family is such a beautiful story that Christ has told. You know, hey, go build family so you understand me. I don't know, bro. I'm like 2 weeks. I think I'm like 2 weeks. you know, back on the horse. But they really trying to get it out of us, bro. They're really trying to get it out of us. But I've noticed, you know, not all people struggle on the same type of plane, right? Like some people struggle on the reproductive plane with the water energy, but some people struggle mentally with the thoughts. I'm pretty good with my thoughts. I can like control that for the most part. Some people struggle with like emotions and anger, and like that gets out of control. I'm pretty good with that. You know, if you trigger me the wrong way, I might get mad. Most of it is punch a wall. Um, let's get it, man. It's exciting out there, right, bro. It's it's just an extreme flip of energy. It's just something completely different than what you're used to. It's just not. It's just more in alignment with who you really believe yourself to be at your core. So then all the mental stuff becomes easier. All the emotional stuff becomes easier. The decisions become easier because you're much more closer to who you are, which is the nut. When you're holding nut, you're holding yourself, and when you're holding yourself, you understand yourself more, and you're able to make better decisions. But these ruthless, evil people, they don't care about that, bro. They just care about deceiving you. But the thing is, we project our reality through our mental plane. This reproductive system, it kind of just like charges us up. Like, have you ever seen like a electric conductor system with water and shit? That's kind of like us. Like the water through emotion moves, and then that moves into our mental frame, and then we just project our mental frame into the world. So it's definitely important, like, you know, have right thoughts and like think good shit. But you know, we won't even have the power to think good shit if we don't have seed, if we don't have nut, if we don't have essence, if we don't have the fruit of sexuality still within us. If it's not used in a constructive way to build a family, then you know, we succumb to the pressures, the temptation. And when we do that, we feel shame, we feel doubt, we feel how Adam felt in the garden, you know, needing to cover himself from God. Nigga, I created you. What are you covering yourself for? Like, what are we talking about? But this is what they want us to feel, because it robs us of all our power. They know we're the most powerful. Us beaming with life force energy, doing it for God, the Most High, Christ in heaven, and understanding that at the deepest level, that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of that. Especially as a man, especially if you're vocal about it, especially start to speak up, especially start to tell other people. They want to shut people like that up, so they'll come like visit you. But if it's enough of us, you know, they can't really shut it down. You know, it was so much of it from Jesus, they just killed him. Like, they just said, bro, you gotta go. Hey, you talking too much real. You talking so much real right now, you gotta go. We can't have you here speaking the real. Like, that's what the world does with truth. They kill it. They murder it. They put it away. They pervert it. They flip it upside down. They laugh at it. They mock it. Why? Because they dumb as a bitch. You become more childlike and more manly as you go on semen retention in both ways. You become too pure. That's amazing. That's an amazing distinction. Because it's not one or the other, right? It's like, you know, you have these different principles within yourself. And it's important to nurture both of them because that's who you are. But it's not important to assume that's the way to win. It's a byproduct of winning. You win when you fucking have faith in Christ. And the byproduct of winning is you being pure. Not the other way around. Most people think they gotta go through all these different hoops. I gotta climb the semen retention ladder, and then I have to climb the fasting ladder, and then I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do it. And eventually, if I make it, this is climbing Jacob's ladder. Eventually, when I make it to the top of understanding and all these different things, then eventually I will reap benefit. Insert benefit here. But it's the fucking exact opposite. You climb Jacob's ladder, you get to the top, and it's a dude in a black robe ready to rape you. Ready to rape you. Literally. In the promise of you getting more info. But the only thing you get is a big laugh in your dumb ass face because you fell for it. But we are not holier than thou. Anybody can fall for it. Do not think you're not able to fall for the lies, bro. You can easily fall for the bullshit. Self-improvement under not leading to Christ is lies. retention, not leading to Christ, is bullshit. Anything not leading to Christ is bullshit. They want you to focus on bullshit. The only thing that matters in this lifetime is Christ. What you do for a living, brother? I speak to niggas. I speak, bro. That's it. I speak. I just speak, bro. And this is how I even came to this information. Is like, the deeper you go into psychology, study of the brain, study of how you make decisions, study of like life and like behavior, deeper down you get into like the occult and like witchcraft eventually. Because it's like, all right, boom, you go through self-improvement, okay, make some goals, make your fucking bed, okay, that's like level 1. Get a journal, shit like that. And then you're like, okay, I want to make some money now. What does all self-improvement people tell you to do to make money? Oh, you need to learn sales. You need to learn sales. You need to learn marketing. Whatever you do, I don't know what you do, but you just go learn sales and marketing. All billionaires, sales and marketing, sales and marketing. All right, cool, sales and marketing. Let's go learn that. Boom. Start learning sales and marketing. This is dope. Hey, sales and marketing. Starting to make some money now. Learning what people want and shit. How can I learn more about this? We're gonna take some sales training. Sales training. Leads you to psychology training. Oh, to sell more, you need to understand people. You should study psychology. Study human behavior. Study psychology. Okay. Let's go study psychology. Oh, all these different psychologists. Oh, this Tony Robbins guy, he like packaged all psychology up into like simple shit based on like neuro-linguistic programming. Oh, neuro-linguistic programming, they got all that from like hypnotists and like therapists and like hypnotherapy and like therapists who do like CBT. Oh, that's interesting. That's where therapy comes from. But where did all these therapeutic techniques come from? This Erickson hypnosis and all this shit. Oh, they study like psychologists. They study like psychoanalysts. They study like Freud. They study like Jung. Okay, what did these guys do to get their information? They fucked each other. You're learning from gay dudes. Sigmund Freud and Jung and shit, they were like having sex with each other. Tapping into all these psychic revelations about life. And writing them down about how the brain works and like decisions. Yeah. I'm not saying it's not true. You know, they did tap into those powers to learn some shit, but it's too hidden. It's not supposed to be like relevant. It's not supposed to be relevant to life. Like, just follow Christ, bro. Like, yes, you could go learn psychology and playing pleasure, all this shit, but like, bro, you're gonna get to the same revelations through Christ. And there's deeper rabbit holes than that, right? Like, it all goes back to like, eventually you see, all okay, how did they just come out the womb fucking each other? Like, no, they were themselves in search of more info and esoteric knowledge, so they went to Egypt to study and learn all these different things. And when they learned all these different things, that's when they started to get into these different things. But where did Egypt and all those people get all those different things? Well, they got it from King Solomon. Where did King Solomon get all this shit? From all these different hoes he had around him, teaching them all this bullshit from visions and things that they seen and their gods and who they be talking to. But instead of holding frame like a G, that Christ is king and he's coming and all our worship is one, and he's the one that gave me this wisdom, the Most High God in heaven, that's it. And held frame for all 8,000 of his wives. Well, he probably wouldn't have had 8,000 if he held frame. But anyway, he lost frame. He let them come and take control of the frame and just say, hey, there's other gods. You should like pay attention to this. And when you do this ritual, you get this. And believe me, it's true. Believe me, it's true. I mean, that's how the devil sounded. Believe me, it's true, brother. Hey, shut your lame ass up. Shut your lame ass up. You lame, bro. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. But no, Solomon didn't do that. He said, okay, let's try it out. Oh, shit, I got some money from this. Nigga, it's because it's inverted biblical. And you have to talk shit about your father and for it to work. Like, it has to be inverted. It has to be a perverted something of God in order to work. It has to be you willingly saying, fuck God for this moment. I want this to work. And it might work for a second. But your soul's not going to be happy. That's going to torment you. You're not going to have any peace. And then, guess what? There's a judgment day afterwards, too. You're going to have to go meet God face to face and talk to him. Like, hey, yeah, that's what I was on. My bad. Man, nigga, God, nigga, I hope he slaps the shit out of you. Not you if you're watching this. Maybe it's Aaron still in here, but like, maybe it's not you. But somebody who watches the replay. It might be you. You know, you don't want to go look God face. It might be me. You know, just jacking my shit 2 weeks ago, unfortunately. But you know, shit happens. Jesus has grace. But I know I'm saved by grace and not by me not jacking my dick. But by me being saved by grace, I stopped jacking my dick because it's stupid. Stupid. It's deception. It's manipulation. Like, who wants to be stupid? Like, who wants to be stupid? Like, for real. Like, does anybody really want to be stupid? Like, you know, they say ignorance is bliss, right? Does anybody really want to be ignorant? Just stupid? I'm unaware. Man, I'm unaware. I don't know what's going on. No. Everybody wants to know what's going on. They just don't know what's going on, so they never ask the question, what's going on? I wonder why. Because we've been programmed not to ask the question, what's going on? But the moment we start asking, what's going on? The moment we start to learn what's going on. And then we start to see what's going on all around us. And it's going on all the time, all around us. Sex worship is what's going on. It's all about sex. And this is why it's Semen Retention Secrets. It's all about sex. If you're wondering why, eventually they just pervert themselves to the highest levels through sex. And then they want to pervert you too. So they push it through the media. Yep. Because through sex, it's portals, it's magic. It's literally magic. It's literally alchemy. You're doing shit. Shooting fluids, in and outs, connections, auras, ugh. It's a lot of shit going on right there. And they know if they do that in a specific way through a ritual, they have certain outcomes. But they believe that the outcomes are from the ritual, which they are. But the outcomes we should want in life is from God. Because we might be deceived. We need a father, bro, so we don't get deceived. It's the job of the father. It's the job of the husband. It's the job of the masculine principle to provide you logic so you don't get deceived by the feminine, chaotic world. A bitch will tell you anything. And the world is the bitchiest of them all. Mother Earth. You don't know what the fuck Mother Earth be talking about half the time. But Father God message ain't changed. It ain't changed. Alpha, Omega, this is the truth. This is my son, with who I'm well pleased. Go live a perfect life, son. Come back, sit by my right hand, and wait till the right time. Yes, Father, salute, soldier, warrior for God, let's go, best life. But no, it's good, Amir. Hopefully it's something relevant. I'm just coming here saying, yo, some relevant shit. But yeah, that's the problem, bro. We just get too wise in our own eyes and thinking like we know how to get what we want in life, and like we don't gotta listen to our Father in heaven, and like not knowing there's like mass deception going on out here, and not realizing this shit's been going on for centuries. It's not like it's new. It's not like it's just they just started advertising. They just started brainwashing folk. They just started using life force energy to nigga. No. The serpent been using it since the garden, gang. This is the plot. This is it. This is the plot. This is the plot. To get your energy, they must have you believing that you something, nigga. How you pop up in a garden that you didn't create and start to think that You should listen to the one thing in the garden that the thing that created you told you not to talk to and listen to. It's just pure idiotic behavior. So I see why God gets frustrated, because it's just like, are y'all niggas dumb? Or y'all dumb? Or y'all just don't care? It's either y'all dumb or y'all don't care. If y'all don't care, I'm gonna show you something. Hey, if you don't care, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you why you should care, gang. But let's just say you dumb. Then it's like, I still gotta show you something. Cause it's like, nigga. But it's less of a, they would show up in different ways, I would say. You know, the person that doesn't care versus the person that just doesn't know. Both of those revelations are gonna show up in different ways. You know, one might show up in a, hey, here's some new info. Nah, you know. Or it might show up in a way of, on the I don't care side. Oh, you don't care? Nigga, this is why you should care. Boom, strip everything from you. Rob you to your knees. Get you down to rock bottom, to where the only place you can look is to up to the Most High. And you come back to your senses and you say, hey, God is alive. Why do you make everything complicated? It's very simple. What are you confused about? You're confusing yourself. It's very simple, bro. Christ is king. That's it. That's it. But if there was some apprehension when I said that in your spirit, or your body, or your psyche, or your soul, or whatever you are, there was a little 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 any of those feelings when I just said that, that's what we trying to fix. Because all that is just a lack of faith. A lack of belief that what I just said is entirely emphatically the truth and nothing but the truth and the only truth that actually matters in the world. What did Jesus say? I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me, gang. That's it. The I am awareness, Christ consciousness, understanding that you are saved through Christ. And you don't even have to do nothing. That's the good news. You don't even got to do shit. Just believe. But believing is easier said than done. Because you're distracted. You're confused. You're deceived. You're manipulated. You're influenced. You're persuaded every single day of your life to not believe it. Trust me, I know, because I study this shit. This is what I do for a living. Literally sell shit to people. Study psychology. Pain, pleasure, principle. All the stuff. Symbols, signs. Shit that you don't even think twice about. That you see all day long. And they're just subconsciously programming you to be a sex addict. Eventually a sex addict. It might start with some anger, it might start with some fear, whatever. So what you confused about, Amir? Speak up. Or did you leave? You just come in here to be confused? It's such a powerful state, bro. One viewer. Is this complicated? I want to make it simple, but you gotta tell the truth and all the truth. More truth helps than less truth. In my opinion. I mean, some people need different levels of truth. We can argue that. Some people just need to hear it once. Jesus is God. Sounds about right. I wish I was one of those guys. Just fully, wholeheartedly. Jesus, my Lord and Savior. It's just, nothing else but recommend a book, the Holy Bible. Talk about why you think it's complicated, bro. Like, maybe we could talk through your complications, but and then like specifically what you want to know about. Like, you can't just say recommend a book. Like, bro, it's a million books. It's probably more than a million books. Read the book of your life. Don't you have experiences that let you know some of these things I'm mentioning are true? If you want a book, the book, it's the Bible. But the Bible's so misunderstood and complicated, it's tough. Like, the Bible's a psychology book. It's like telling the story of who you are at your core levels through allegory and parable. Written in the fucking 1200s. Allegory, parable, written in the fucking 1200s. A biography. Recommend a book, a biography. About what, bro? Like, tell me, what are you, like, what's going through your head? Like, a biography. It's a million biographies. Jesus. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what you want to know, so it's tough to give you an answer. If you're just asking for a suggestion on anything, I'm going to say Jesus. That's where I'm at right now. It's just, I don't know. I just don't understand. You are saying things that everyone else says. What part don't you believe? There's probably like a part you don't believe. So let's break it down again. Life, right? You got Christ. You got everything else that's not Christ. AKA the devil. It's a force. It's a form. But Lucifer in the Bible took 1/3 of all the angels with him to earth. So there's a lot of different names for the same force. They show up in different forms. Different types of sins. Ultimately, that's why it gets complicated. Okay, let's do a simple version. God, devil. Man fell in the garden. Everything was perfect. God created perfect. Hold up. The one true God is Allah. Okay, if you like the name Allah. But it sounds like you're Islam. So, even Islam has an Abrahamic foundation. So if we go back to the garden, which Islam believes as well, is the origin for humanity. We see that shit started off good. Shit started off as a garden. Everything's great, perfect, garden, cool. Hey, God created a garden. Hey, man, perfection. Woohoo! Don't eat off the tree. The serpent comes in its form, which is a symbol for masculine and feminine. It's like this balance. That's why the Baphomet is half man, half woman. I'm going on a tangent. You want it simple. So, boom, garden, serpent, eat fruit. Fruit is understanding sexuality and the power of it. And after eating this fruit, then man becomes self-aware, develops an ego, understands who he is, inferior to God, and then tries to hide from God because it realizes that it did something that God didn't like. But the seed of manipulation and dumbass shit is doubt. It's doubt. It's doubt. It's doubt. It's doubt. That's the seed that Satan put into the heart of Adam to even want to eat the fruit. It's because it doubted what the Most High God said. Most High God said that you were made in my image. There's nothing else to know. Don't eat off the tree because it's stupid. You don't need to eat off the tree. It's not going to help you. Just listen to me. I got your back. But if there's no tree, then there's no free will, so there's no choice. And if there's no choice, then God has just created some puppets. So he had to create some free will, some choice, allow us to make a dumb decision. He probably knew we were going to make a dumb decision, which is why he, plotted from the beginning of time to have this savior. So, Yeah, the Bible's just like the story of life, like the story of literally the beginning of Adam and Eve all the way to the end of Revelation. It's the story of how the world is going to play out. And we're in the middle of it right now. Christ has already came. He's going to come back. We can't debate whether Christ came or not. That's historical fact. We can debate if you thought he was a liar, because even in your book, he's mentioned as the #1 prophet most times. So either he's a liar, either he's Lord, or he's like crazy, a lunatic. Which, why would you call him a prophet if he's a lunatic? Why would he be a liar if he's a prophet? So he must be who he says he is. And if he's who he says he is, that means we have salvation through him, because through one man, atom, literally the building block of who you are. If one man enters sin into the world through listening to the bit, instead of standing on his keeping frame, listening to God, he listened to the bit. The bit supposed to be listening to him. Anyway, through one man enters sin, since we have that generation principle. Through one man exits sin by doing everything right. Simple. Simple, G. Simple. But then, through this serpent eating of the tree BS, it opened up portals to demonic activity. It gave Satan some wiggle room to start to take shape in our psyches. And our psyches have been passed down generationally since the beginning of time. So we have this fallen, dumbass psyche in us. And we just have to remind ourselves that there's a dumbass, fallen psyche within us that's trying to get us to become sex addicts. Why do people get money? To eventually get enough sex. Why do people do anything for sex? It's the inverted view of God. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's be productive, bro. Iran or Israel, who would win? I don't fucking know, bro. I don't even know. I have no clue. No clue, bro. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Christ already won. Wake up. Wake up. Christ won. You are part of that lineage. No evil, no wars. Only wars against the devil. We don't battle against flesh and blood. Principalities and darkness in high places. The ops. Evil at its core. That's who we're battling. We're battling the ideas of fucking lust, anger, greed. Those spirits, those entities. That's who we're fighting. And we fight them through righteousness. Staying close to the Most High God. Staying close. Praying. Fasting. Reading. Semen retention. Especially semen retention. Because we gotta start that generator. Body's like a generator. We need to kickstart this mother. So we kickstart this mother with the semen. Semen. But believe what you want. I'm not here to convince nobody. I'm just here to fight evil. Because it's a lot of it. And you could be deceived. I could be deceived. But the deeper I go, bro, Christ is still king. Christ is still king. Christ is still king. Everybody knows it. The whole world knows it. Either you agree with it and you live a quote-unquote meek life. Not to say that you can't go make some money, but the higher you go in that money play, bro, that S with 2 lines that looks like a serpent, you got the firmness, penises, curvy, creature, masculine, feminine principles to create this money thing. The closer you chase that rabbit, bro, the closer you get into the all-seeing eye. And at the end of the all-seeing eye is you getting your booty hole raped. And probably a lot worse than that. Probably a lot worse. Depends on how you want to go. I don't suggest going that high. Furthest I'd probably go is wherever Christ takes me, bro. Like, Christ led Moses in front of Pharaoh. And they was doing all they little fake magic. And then bro literally turned his staff from a staff to a snake. And he said, whoa, that nigga turned the staff to a snake? Whoa! I ain't know bro could turn a staff into a snake and then he turned it right back into... Yeah, nigga, come see some real shit. Come see some real magic. Some real deal. This ain't magic, this the Most High. This a proving a point, bro. You not like me. You not like him. And the more we invoke the spirit of righteousness and holiness and purity, I believe that the Most High is able to move more through us. We become a stronger vessel for the Lord. And as our vessel becomes stronger, we're able to, have a bigger influence on the world, a bigger influence over the influences. So who knows, how high do we get? Like, all I know is I'm not doing no rituals and no, bowing down to other gods or idol worship. It's rule number 1. Did niggas not read the 10 Commandments? Thou shalt have no other gods before me, including viewing your own self as a god, above God. Niggas ain't read the 10 Commandments. But I can't be mad at us, we're just so unaware. So, yeah, it's a big part of my goal. It's to educate people to be more aware of what's going on. And then once they're aware, give them solutions to take advantage of what they're aware of. But again, in my experience, some of the deepest things that you could be aware of is that Christ is king and that the power's in the seed. Catch y'all next one.